Alright, good morning. My name is Sgt Taylor. Today we'll be going over the Army values for this presentation. First, I would like to thank my SGOs for coming in, much appreciated. And this brief is unclassified. Alright, let's get into it. On the agenda, we got the introduction. We also have what are the Army values, how they play into leadership, and how they lead into my MOS, the tanker world. After that, we'll have a conclusion, and then we'll take questions at that time. Alright, introduction. So really, what are the Army values and how does it play to everyday life? We'll be going over that, and then we'll also be going over how leadership can affect the Army values and how can it affect other soldiers. It is extremely important that leaders understand this. After that, we'll go over how it plays in with the tanker world through either in the motor pool, gunnery in the field, or just in actual combat. Alright, what are the Army values? The Army values are loyalty, duty, respect, self-service, personal courage, honor, and integrity. These things for a lot of soldiers are just kind of words, but for a lot of other people, it has actual meaning. These are things that we do every day and we don't even know it. These things have been drilled into us since the first day of basic. It's drilled into us, and it's drilled in so far and so deep into us that we do it without even knowing. And that is a big thing. And so as long as you show, the Army values in everyday life and everything you do, then you're going to be good. You do it every day. Going by, you could go walk by an officer, salute him, respect, integrity, honor. Simple as that. Just as simple as walking by a lieutenant and saluting him. You already did 3 Army values right there. Alright, in combat, these things, in combat, you have to have the personal courage, the honor, and integrity to do what is needed on the battlefield. Whether that be helping your buddy out, getting out of this foxhole with a trench, or going door to door, kicking doors, and taking names. You gotta have your buddy's back when you go and do that. So, which transitions back into the civilian world. When you get out of the military, you still are showing the Army values, because what happens is that, like I said before, it's been drilled into you so much that you just start doing it, and a lot of people think, oh, I'm done with the military, I don't have to do anything now. But you'll do things that you just innately do, that you've done for years, and it will show. And that's part of the reason why civilian job employers want military guys so much. So now, how do leaders affect the Army values? The leaders affect the Army values by having the duty, the responsibility, the respect, and honor to make sure that their guys are good. If you just get out of basic in AIT and you come in and you see the leader that does the Army values, that does the Army values, he takes care of his guys, he has honor and integrity to say, hey, we don't need you anymore, go stand by in your rooms. Or stand by in your vehicles, it's hot, it's really hot outside, I don't need you guys, he can. Or it's really cold outside, go wait in your cars and warm up. He's not going to have, if he does the Army values, he's not going to have you just be in the heat for no good reason, just because we're waiting on some sort of formation or whatever it may be. He's not going to have you in the cold, freezing. Just like, why did I ever want to join? No, they're going to be like, hey, go do this real quick and then come back. Or, hey, I'm going to give you a counseling. It's not a bad one. It's going to be a performance counseling because you've been doing really good. And I've seen that. So let's get this on paper so that way it can be evidence towards getting wavered. So, and leaders can come in from all ranks and sizes, no matter the position, no matter the rank. It can go from E4 all the way up to the chief of staff. The Army values are anywhere and everywhere, no matter the person, no matter the rank, and no matter the position. Just because someone has a higher position than the other doesn't mean they're excluded from the Army values or SHARP or anything like that. The rules still apply to them. Then, you also have officers as well. Officers to staff sergeants, no matter what. That's all it is. For me, I see the Army values in my platoon leader and my platoon sergeant. My Lieutenant O'Connor, great guy. One of the best LTs I've had in the 4 years that I've been in. He will make sure that he'll just come straight to you and be like, hey man, this is how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, whatever it may be. If you're messed up or he wants to learn something, he'll be like, I don't know what this is. You're messed up. We need to correct this. Or the commander's not being the best person right now. So we gotta do this. We'll just knock it out real quick. My platoon sergeant, Sergeant Lally, there have been several times where he just came back from recruiting. We'll kind of, sometimes when we're not doing anything in the motor pool, we'll just sit around and he'll tell recruitment stories since he was a recruiter. Because Lieutenant O'Connor and Sergeant Lally have the respect, the honor, and the integrity to be like, man, we're not doing nothing, and we're all human beings here, so yes. And if you can instill that kind of, I wouldn't say chill, but like that kind of respect, really, you'll get more respect out of your soldiers than some guy that just says, no, I'm better than you, and don't talk to me because I'm a platoon sergeant. Then, in the tanker world, it is no different. In the tanker world, you just gotta have the personal courage, no matter that be gunnery, platoon sticks, danger focus, in combat, or anything in the field. You have to have the personal courage to see something, say something. My driver could see me doing something unsafe, and he has to have the courage coming up to his gunner and say, hey, Sergeant, you're messed up. You shouldn't be doing that. And I have to have the honor to say, actually, yeah, you're right. You got me. Okay, that was stupid. And then Army values right there. In the motor pool, it's no different. Everyone has to be watching each other's backs. Because when you're running the tanks, stuff can go out of control real fast, real quick. You could be simply ground guiding the tank back from the line so that way you can spin the turret around to get to certain compartments on the tank. and and then you could be spinning the turret, all of a sudden, whoa, don't move it yet. He's still on the hull. You know, just because it's someone's rank, shouldn't decide, okay, well, I guess I won't do it because, he's a sergeant. I'm just a skeeterling. I can't tell him what to do. It's not true. If you see something unsafe, make sure you have the personal courage to say, hey, Sergeant, this is unsafe. That's messed up. Alright? So, in conclusion, we went over what the Army values are, how they affect leadership, and how leadership affects its soldiers with the Army values, and how it plays into the tanker world. Any questions at this time? I see no questions. This concludes my brief.